Hey, can you believe it? Here we are, early mid-June, and we are talking about, oh my gosh, Halloween already. Time really does fly. I mean, it flies. So, here we go. We're going to talk about Halloween sneak peek today. There's a lot of cool things. I can't show you everything that we have new for Halloween this year, but we have a lot of great pieces. We picked out a lot of different stuff. John, Renee, and I were setting up the showroom. Actually, they were, and I was helping out a little bit. But it was a struggle to decide which ones we had to hold off for the next show. So whenever that will be for fall. But right now, we're going to talk about sneak peek for Halloween. And let's start out with the grand old dame of Halloween herself, which is, oh God, I love the name, the Witch of Fate. Is that cool? Here she is. She is like over the top fabulous. And John has her, I saw him put her in this chair. So she's in a regular sized dining chair that is from home or something. And, but look at her. Let me take her cat off of her for a minute. By the way, the cat comes with her. So let's just talk about the cat first. The kitty cat has, can we get a zoom of that? Cool. So in addition, she's got a diamond necklace. Look at this fabulous diamond necklace going around this cat. The Witch of Fate could only have a cat like this with a glittered bow in a gray tone. And then is this spectacular or what? This jeweled bumblebee. Black and gold jeweled bumblebee. I mean, this is just spectacular. So the cat comes with it. She's petting this wonderful cat in her arms. I'm going to hold the cat for well, I'm going to put the cat down. But all I got to say is, wow. She has so much stuff going on her. Do we want to start at the top, John, and we can just work our way down? Because she's got this fabulous hat. So she's about almost 6 feet tall from the top of her hat to the bottom of her toes. And she's got this great witch hat with all this magnificent sheer coming down and around. It's got these silver stars and moons. I mean, just fabulous on this hat. Great detail, orange feathers. Look at that great ruby. John, can we get a close-up of that? Is my arms in the way? Of that great ruby jewel that's in the center there. So that red is really pretty in there. It's a nice deep red, and it helps accent those orange feathers, which is so nice. You know, she's, sorry for laughing. I'm going to jump on the other side. And John, stay right where you are. But look at all the detail that goes on the inside under her hat right here. She's got a great millinery flower with like a banding going on, and then some other jeweled flowers going on. I mean, she's just spectacular. And then, of course, she's got these bat-eyed glasses, which are just over the top wonderful. And black curly hair, luscious black curly hair. What an abundance of it. And wow, then this crimson brownish red textured fur. This is like a fox fur. This is faux fur, but it feels wonderful. This is just a magnificent fur with the little bits of browns and reds that pick up into it. Goes perfectly with her dress, with her ruby jewels that we've tucked in on her, with her ruby colored fingernails, sparkling fingernails. Just over the top fabulous. We've got the millinery embroidery coming down. Look at the gorgeous details. There's lots of color in the center here. There's 2 layers of jewels coming across, and one is reddish tones with brown undertones, ambers, and then we've got a very colorful one right across here with blues, reds, some pinks, and it just jumps at it. And what I love about the pink is this sparkling dress that she has actually has some of these same pink tones. So it really goes well. It's a great combination of color that we put together on this, if I say so. Just magnificent. And then this detail of this hanging tassel that's on her. She's got they're feathers, wow. Pink, orange, brownish black, and then that pink jewel that's hanging from the bottom, and the beads. And so there's 2 of those. I mean, this is just spectacular is too kind of a word, or not too kind, too quiet of a word. More should go on with her. There's just so much going on. She's got layers going on her dress, and then this coat. I'm going to jump back on the other side, John. I'm going to cut in front of the camera. And this coat, she has also this black sheer. I mean, wow. All this stuff is, as you look at these in person, you're just going to be amazed at them. So with her, There's 3 sizes. This is the we don't do all the witches in the larger sizes, but we did do a couple witches in this large size this year, and this is one of them. And she is, wow, over the top spectacular. I'm going to give her her cat back so she stays happy, and she can kind of pet her cat and have it in her hand. And why is she so happy? Because, I hope I'm going to make you happy with this one also, because in front of her is her black panther, her pet, or black cheetah. Cheetah, panther, looks like a panther to me, but we're calling it a cheetah. And we say that it's 24 inches. That 24 inches is to the height of the shoulder here. But otherwise, it's about 5 feet long. It's pretty good. It's fiberglass, so it's not real heavy. And yeah, you're seeing on the screen now, Brian is beating me to the punch. We're doing 25% off on, I think, just 4 or 5 items during this show. So this black cheetah is one of them. So it's normally $1,100. And I guess with the coupon code, Brian tells me it's going to come down to like $833 or something. So it's fiberglass and then faux fur covers. You can easily pick it up. It's not heavy. I'm not sure if I can, God knows if I upset the apple cart here, but there you can see I picked it up. So great, great dramatic piece that you can have out year round, and at Halloween really have fun with it, like we have with the monkeys that are riding on top of them. Now the monkeys we're going to show as a set of 3. However, some of the retailers on the marketplace or your independent retailers at your stores probably will sell them individually. So the price you're seeing is actually for a set of 3, whether it's the small ones or the large ones. We're showing the larger ones on the cheetah here today. Cheetah, panther, whatever we're calling it. I'm going to pull this guy out for a minute. Love these monkeys. These guys have a black and gray fur going on here. So I'll tell you, Mr. Monkey, what hair color I use so you can cover up your grays and keep it all black. But it kind of makes the black and gray look pretty good, actually. Great details on him, great colors, and goes beautifully with the different witches. He can fly. You've got the bat wings on the back. So we kind of think about, look at all the magic going on back there. I love when every time you turn a Mark Roberts piece around, you see a lot of detail on the back. You don't see that with a lot of other pieces, so, but we like a lot of details. We're special about that. I'm going to just give him a bend, and how magical is he if you have him flying? It's just really, really wonderful. Put him on a chandelier, or just sit him up on a mantle somewhere. But what a great piece. They're so flexible. I have some different monkeys at home. I don't have these ones because these just came in, but they're over the top gorgeous. I'm going to walk up to the camera, John, and show you this. Look at how great the detail is, the sequins on this hat. I mean, this is just an amazing hat. You've got the sequined, he's got a tri-part hat, the sequined, which is really burgundies and redishes. And then we've got this sparkling dusty pink or warm pink, maybe a hint of brown in it. These are great amber jewels on the ends, and then a crinkled orange satin one. So what great hat going on there. While I'm up close by the camera, I want you to see this cape. I love the blue and orange. It's blue, and it's almost a purplish blue, but I love the detail of this fabric. I can remember when we found this fabric, and I go, wow, this is a great fabric. It's soft, it's very flexible, pliable, and it's got all these details going on with the blues and the greens. There's different colors that go on in it. This is just a magical fabric. And then great detail on the trimmings, and we kind of nailed it there with this other trimming that goes on the back because it just picks up on the same colors of the embroidery up there. So wow, magical piece. This guy's got a pumpkin in his hand. Great detail going on in the middle here. Happy, happy face. I just got to show you that face. Let's see if I can get the right angle. Get those glasses out of the way. Just too pretty. Look at that. Darling, darling face. Glasses are crooked, but you know what? Mine are crooked a lot also on my head. So, magnificent piece. His brother up here. Stay there. His brother up here. Same black and gray fur. Good on his tail. It just curls up so nicely. He's got a golden bat in his hand, a bat staff. And he's got this blue going on, which is really cool. And we're picking up on the blue tones of some of this dyed fabric. He's got turquoise going on. Oh, this guy's just over the top magical too. We've got a different multi-sequined part of the hat, and then a glittered turquoise on this side, and then he's got a crown. So, I mean, just magnificent. And then this guy has a different type of coat. He's got like a tux with tails, and those tails, of course, are magical. You've got, this is a great detail. How close can we get? Cool. That is a great detail. This multifaceted, it's square-like, but there are, I'm not smart enough to count how many facets there are in this, but there's a lot going on there. And let's get your tail out of the way for a second. So there's the other half of his tail. Great use of the orange fabric, and then this gold. Look at this gold. It's got a little bit of orangish brown in the gold on his puffy sleeve. So really, really cool. Very cool. And I love this guy because this is a different monkey face. Let's see if I can get this. There, look at his eyes. He's winking at us. So what does he know that we don't know? I'm not sure, but... And then alas, the last one, and then I'm going to also talk about this spotted snow leopard or whatever he is. Okay, I think this one's my favorite, but they're all of my favorites. These, I'm going to get a set of these. I hope we don't, well, I do hope we sell out of them, but if we don't sell out of them, I'll get at least a showroom set or something, because these are magical. Love these pieces. This has got a lot of color going on. We've got green. He's got a two-part hat going on up there with leopard print and black and purple sparkling fabric, a coppery brown collar, diamonds going down the front. This guy is over the top fabulous. Over the top fabulous, detailed. Really, really wonderful. He's holding a pumpkin in his hand. This is the larger size. Just great details going on here. This, his pants, wow. It's a different version of that same fabric that I showed you on the first one. Just a lot of magic going on. So I'm going to set him there. He is happily riding the leopard. We call this a leopard, so it's, I guess, a snow leopard actually, with the black and white spots. So it's kind of trendy at the same time as black and white. We know how popular that is. So that leopard is also about 24 inches tall and about 5 feet long. I'm going to go on the back side, John, so I'm going to hold up his tail. This is how long he is from here to here, which is over 4 feet for sure. And then the tail is wired, so we can curl it a little bit and do different things with it. And it's going to stay down ultimately, but you still can pose it. You can hear it in there. There it is. Great, great pieces. So the leopard and the cheetah, those are 25% off today, and that will go through. Brian, what does it go through? We'll actually honor it through the weekend, through Sunday night. So from today through Sunday night, you're getting 25% off on those. I know they're still a good amount of money, but they'd be $1,100, $1,200 minimum. So to get them for $8 something, what is it? $833? It's a pretty good deal. So I have some bigger pieces of animals at home, and I have always loved them. I've had them for a long time. Not these specific ones. I'll probably get this for Halloween this year, but I have other larger ones, and I've always loved having them. They're really great atmosphere. And I often intermix my monkeys that I do have at home with them, and they look very cool. The monkeys riding on the leopards or panthers or lions or tigers or bears, all that fun stuff. So, all right, so we're going to move to the next scene, which is going to be still talking life size, and that is going to be this, come on, where'd it go? I'm jumping ahead of it. The Dancing Divine Skeleton set. Now, right now we're showing them as a set of two, but remember, some of the online retailers or your own independent retailer will have them individually also, or may have them individually. That's going to be their option. But so we're showing them price-wise as a set. So the big guy here is standing on the floor, and he's standing next to me. So I think I'm about 5'9", if I'm correct, if I'm lucky, So he's here. So he's five something, low fives. And then his top hat puts him at about 6 foot, or close to 6 foot, because I think he's taller. It looks taller than me on the screen from what I can see. So, but, and he's definitely skinnier than me. So very, very great pieces. I'm going to come around this side and kind of get on them, John, so you can just look at them. But he's got this, I'm going to set this down here. He's got this dancing divine, as we call him. He's got this great hat. Oh my God, the detail on this top hat is just over the top. Again, a gorgeous millinery flower with a ruby jewel in the center, and then this green satin, burgundy sheer, burgundy feathers, and then this ribbon-like fabric that goes around. Is just spectacular. And then we lined the hat beautifully, and just magical. I mean, this is just a great piece. You've got the ruby jewels coming down. He's got a very formal ruffle going down. So we've got a kind of a Victorian or Renaissance period clothing. And then look at his jacket. It must have fit him really well in his day. You know, it was driving me crazy. You sometimes have to get some tape and pull some of this stuff off, because unfortunately that's what happens with a lot of different fabric stuff. We got multiple buttons coming down his coat. Really spectacular. And then this is a sequined, like leopard print fabric. I mean, I say wow a lot. I know when we find the fabrics, we're always saying that, oh my God, this is great. Oh my God, this is wonderful. So these are wired. They should be wired. Maybe there it is. When we do find the fabrics, it's always exciting because there's so much to see where we're hunting out fabrics. It's just a lot to see and find. So we always get excited, and even if we don't know what we're going to do with it, if we love it, we get it because we know something good we can always use. So I want to come down on him and go a little bit lower and look at his great pants. The black and gold pinstriped pants. It's just magical. Now he's got little skinny legs in here, which he's supposed to. But great, great fabric, because this gold it's a base of a gold fabric, and then there is like a sculpted velvet on top of that. So it's really magnificent. Just elegant. The colors just pop really nicely, and it goes so great with this black and copper leopard print coat that he has. I mean, this coat is just outstanding. I'd like to have one of these coats. This would be cool. We should probably do some clothes someday when we're old and don't know what else to do. Great detail on his feet going on here. There it is. I should have given you a heads up, John. But that ties his ankle together real nicely. Just a spectacular piece. Why does he look so spectacular? We're going to start John with his wife at the bottom, since I'm already down here, and it's not easy getting up and down all these days. John put her sitting in the chair, which is pretty elegant. And you know, the skeletons celebrate the Day of the Dead. And so, you know, this is a great holiday that the Hispanic culture has brought to us in America, and as a way to celebrate our loved ones' lives when they've passed. So here she is. She's got, from the bottom, she has got 5 layers of trim going on. Lots of pretty stuff going on. Reminds me of the 20s almost, the roaring 20s almost. It's really magical. And then, you know, she's got these different layers going on. What I love is this sequined lace. It's just so pretty, and there's a hint of pink in it, just enough pink in it to dance against this burgundy so well. This crinkled burgundy satin dress is just exquisite. And then look at the magic that goes on with this millinery applique that goes on there. There's gold, there's jewels, we put red little ruby things in here, some pink flowers with ruby jewels. I mean, wow, there's just a lot of stuff. I love this bright gold ribbon, and then a little bit of fresh green just to kind of set it off and give it a little bit more jump in the color. Just magnificent. She's got salt and pepper hair, like some of us. Some of us have more salt than pepper, but we're happy that we have it. She's just over the top gorgeous. So there's a different, looks like this is a different lace here. Yeah, this is a different lace that's on her, coming under her shirt or her blouse. And that same lace then picks up over here. So this is part of her blouse also. Really, really magnificent. You know, this is done over the top, wonderful. Look at the coat that she has. I mean, is this magnificent? This very rich burgundy with all this sequin details going on. Let me put her hair in the back for a minute. Look at that pattern going on. I mean, this is over the top. This one also, I'm showing you these large pieces right now. We're going to see some smaller ones in a few minutes. This piece comes in 3 sizes also. So if you love her but you don't want or can't afford or can't place the life-size version, there are smaller versions available. So, all right, I'm going to put her hair back because it looks fabulous up there. And she's just spectacular. Great detail. I love this fabric also here, which is here, and this is on her blouse also. Really a great fabric. So she's got lots of pinks. We talked about pink, by the way. Pink is an up-and-coming color. We know that for Christmas. We're going to be seeing more of that not only in 2022, but also 2023. I can say that with authority, working with some of the largest retailers in the country, what the directions are, what they want to see. And we're already doing it, and we know that they're pushing it forward into next year. So we're going to be seeing more pink. All right, where are we at with her? We can keep going up. Her top of her blouse detail is just over the top again. Millinery, ruby jewels, pink ribbons. The pearls that go down the front are magnificent. Can we drop? Yeah. See this string or this run of pearls that goes down? So rather than a pearl necklace, we brought the pearls down the front of her blouse. Wonderful. She's got a gorgeous ruffled collar going on here. There we go. And then look at that beautiful detail of her hat. I mean, just exquisite. And I'm going to climb off the ground, cut in front of the camera, pull a few strings off of here, strings or glue gun strings. I think these are glue strings. And what a great hat. This is a very sweet hat. And I'm going to turn her head a little bit. There it goes, it turns. And we've got this same detailing going on. And the hat matches her jacket with the embroidery, the burgundy. She's just magnificent. I don't know what else to say other than she is magnificent. We're going to jump to the little ones in a minute. I won't spend as much time on them, but I want to show them to you. But they're, we're looking at the set of two, the price for a set of two on here. Again, some of the retailers may sell them individually. I'm not sure. You can check that out. We're going to see the small ones, though, in a minute. But before we do that, as we're putting all this stuff together, we like to do flowers. And so we have a couple bouquets of flowers. The reason we end up showing these, there's two reasons. One, because we wanted some color, and we wanted to dress the studio and everything, and they work. I have a bunch of different silk flowers that go back years from at home. And I drag them out whenever I want something, the right color, the right season. And so it's always great to just, have some of these available to put in vases, to do whatever with. And so there's probably about at least 3 dozen here. There's a couple different versions. There's at least 3 different styles of them here. So they're up on the screen. Those are for, the prices on those are for a box of 12. And Jong mixed some great colors. They're the buttery, creamy rose, this very chiffon, peachy rose, and then John, we're going to jump to the dark ones right down there. And then the darker orange roses, and then he mixed some of that, I'll call that chiffon color rose with it to mix the colors. You mix those two colors together, they kind of jump out to you a little bit better. You get a little bit more depth of color, and it just looks really pretty. So, all right. Who wants these roses more than anybody? How about this little fortune teller lady? Now, did we ever decide and figure out, and Renee is downstairs today doing other stuff, but is there a way to turn her on? Let's see. Oh yeah, there is. I'll turn her off in a minute. But I'm going to move this. Did you notice this? Move on me? Uh-huh. Okay. Great. These can move based on sound. You can clap and they'll go off. Or you can push a little button like I did in the back. But a little animated fortune teller witch. This is just a little like a bust basically, and she's got her fortune teller ball. And I'd say, isn't she lovely? But well, that's beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder. All right, speaking of beauty, the next item is one of the specials that we're doing today, which is the 25% off. So, dun 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 dun. This is the set of 3 pumpkins with the cat on top. And this is a piece from last year. We actually had to reorder it for this year, and we're actually getting low on them again. We're actually getting low on them again. And the blue one is actually the lowest, and the blue one will come up in a minute also. But they're both kind of limited on them. So great, great piece, though. You get the cat. This is the whole thing. I'm just going to pick it up by the cat. That's it. It's all connected together. It's 3 pumpkins, a dressed-up cat. Great detail on the top. It's got black and white. It'll go great with the black and white snow leopard, that look. So just a great, timeless piece. Wonderful piece, actually. So love this piece. I've had the blue one, to be fair. I've had the blue and white one, which we're going to see in a few minutes, in my office, on and off last year. Into the off time was when we sold out of them, and they had to take the last one and put it back in the box and ship it somewhere. But so one of you guys got one of the last ones in my office. So, all right. After her, there's a new size witch coming this year. And she's called the Old Black Magic Witch. And she's about, John, can you get so we can see the base of her? So she's on the table. So she's about 40 inches tall from the base that she comes on to, I guess, about here-ish, whatever 40 inches is, up to the top. But what a great, great piece. And let me just put this back here. What a great piece again. Details going on. I love her hair. She's got orange and black hair, so she's very hip and cool. And I think I've told you guys before, we used to have a girl that worked here in the art department upstairs, and her hair color changed all the time. So that was always fun. And she was always Ilan. She was very cute, very fun person to be around. Great hat going on. She's got blue sequins, turquoise going on. There's red and black going on. This midnight black detail on the hat with all the sparkles. I mean, just out of this world. And then these great black feathers with this fan. I mean, it's really wonderful. This is a new witch face. I'm going to turn her up a little bit. She's trying to knock her cat off. But is she happy or what? What a great happy face that is. Love her and love the scale of it all. And then let's see how pretty she is coming down. I love this part of her, whatever we want to call this. I guess this is a overlay of some sort, because she's got this great cape that has, again, this fabulous copper and black leopard print. And then it's lined with, there's a lot of fabric here. It is lined with this amazingly soft and gorgeous golden satin. And this is a very rich satin. It's a thick satin. It's a very, very nice satin fabric. And it complements, as a lining, it complements it exquisitely. And then she's got great overlay on her dress. She's got this turquoise and black with sequins going on her coat. I mean, she's got a lot going on here. Lots of layers of fabric, as is to be expected, that we're going to give to you. And lots of great trimmings. And my goodness, there's a lot going on. She's got pink and gold going on. Those are her tights, pink and gold. Imagine that. So, you heard it here first, or hopefully you saw it here early. Also, she's got this beautiful red detail going on, red jewels. And this is almost like a cat eye. John, how close to this can you get to see this cat eye jeweled pendant that is in the center here? Okay, it's gonna focus in a second. This piece right here, I'm gonna actually cover the other part up so we can see that. Just magnificent. You got the 2 cat eyes and then the pendant down here. What a great, great piece. So the center detail is exquisite on her. She is just elegant and over the top, gorgeous. She's got these fabulous orange sparkling shoes, witch shoes that are just over the top, and she comes on this base. She's got good sized feet. Of course, she's a good size witch, so I guess she should have it. And if she has to kick anybody, I hope she doesn't, but I don't want to be around if she does. But she can use them. Great, great piece. Comes with the base, but she also comes off the base. Yes, she comes off the base also, so you can sit her like you saw the original large one we did at the very opening of the show, or you can stand her on the base. You can do either one. You're going to get it either way. So this is a great large-scale piece. I know a lot of you want the large-scale pieces and are asking for those. So I see that on Facebook when you're posting and chatting and showing us all the fun stuff that you're doing, and requests that you're asking for. Does this come larger? So we've got some of these larger pieces. We don't do a ton of the larger pieces, but we are doing them now. So fun, fun, fun. Okay. I guess I get to go now to, we're almost to those little witches, but I know you've been looking over my shoulder and seeing this rotating base. So what a cool piece this is. And I'm going to actually kind of rotate it further so we can see the front of it. So we can see there's this detail on all four sides. The jewels and the embroidery and things that are going on here. But this black rotating base is, let me push it back, it's off a little bit, is actually a two-part base. So you've got this part right here that my hands are showing you. And then we then have, as we're going to go around, I'm going to show you this part. I'm going to show it to you from the back. It has a second layer. And it's coming, there it is. It has a second layer. We'll see it again one more time on the come around. But you've got the jewel detailing going on down there. And then there's lots of gold detail going on this. And then this second layer, this also has hooks on it. So you can hang things from there and do different fun stuff with it. So we've kind of pulled all that together. And this was actually an inspiration, to give credit where credit is due. Steve Garcia in Corpus Christi in Texas had done something similar. And we talked one day about it. And I said, you know what, I want to make something similar to that. That's a great, adaptation of our own existing rotators. And so we've kind of fed off of each other's ideas and built upon that. So, but what a fun piece. And what are we looking at here? But we're looking at the Dancing Divine Skeletons, which was the large ones that we showed you earlier. I'm going to stop it in a minute. And John, when I get to this other side, well, I guess we'll show you both sides. If I can figure out where the stopper, here it is right here. So there's two sizes I'm going to show you. What we call large, and then the smaller one down below. But this large size, first of all, they come with these, let's see, so that's for the small ones. They come with the stands. So you're going to get the metal stand, which is quite heavy actually. It's actually a resin base stand with a metal pole with a long screw in there, because that does not want to come out. My goodness. Okay, so you're going to get the base. So once again, you can stand them, or you can just pose them. And there's a lot of parts that are wired in these skeletons now. We've been doing that for at least a couple of years now, but so that you can pose them while they still have skeleton bones inside of them. They have good bones. So fabulous the way she is sitting up there, very elegant, shows off the detail that's really under her legs. It's under her dress, but we didn't want to, let's see, let me move that foot for a minute. We didn't want to, there it is right there. Even where there's hidden spots, we're going to add details where we find it appropriate and where it will work if you can display it. So we always are thinking about that stuff. And yeah, we like to use a lot of different stuff because we get a lot of different trims and stuff, so they're fun. So we've already seen all the details on this on the largest one. So we're just seeing the size of this one. And then I'm going to scoot down here for a second and look at the small ones. And the small ones, and also the pricing on these we're showing you is, again, for a set of two. Some of the retailers will offer them individually. And this one, I want to cut off something because it's just stuck on there, but there we go. I'm just going to break it off. Really elegant. You know what? Even the small one, she is just spectacular. Look at the detail going on. We didn't forget about this detail. Remember how gorgeous? We talked about this applique and inlay of trimmings. I mean, the largest one has it, and even this smaller one, and she's just exquisite. These are going to come with the stands also. They both look spectacular. Credit to how they put them all together when they're doing production, because that's hard work to get the small ones to look as wonderful as the large ones. So that's a good job, and that's not us so much as it is when they're doing production, how they know to get the small details right. So fabulous pieces. The Dancing Divine Skeletons for Day of the Dead for 2022. I'm pausing and saying that slowly because guess what, we're starting already, 2023. So we're just getting this in, we're just shipping it out, and we're working on next year, as we always seem to be doing. So some people like cats. So I'm just going to stay right down here, John, and enjoy crawling around and look at this great cat that is here. This is new for this year. Now, we've done these types of cats before. This one is totally new though. This one has a different black and white salt and pepper fur. Different than the other one, but still just as wonderful. And then we picked up on this, the black and white chevron fabric, chevron pattern fabric that's going on his pants is just magnificent. And John, we're going to go down before we go back up, because what ties that together also is these great feathers, or spotted feathers, and they're black and white spotted feathers. So yes, that's by design. We do think about those things and try to coordinate those things. And of course, it's also by the good fortune that we're willing to go out and hunt for all this stuff, and hunt and hunt and hunt until we're exhausted. But it's a fun thing to hunt for. He's got in his hand then this tray, this hanging tray. And right now just one of the jewels from his coat is resting in there. But how cute would this be to put some candies in there, some peppermints, who knows what, especially if you're at the office and people like to come by your desk and they're nice to you, then they can get a piece of candy. Or at home, they come to visit, come in, it's a nice little welcoming hospitality type thing to just be able to grab something like that. So love this guy. As we go up, then where are we at? Okay, cool. You know, this, we have used this trim actually for quite a while. This is a fur that has brown and black combinations in it, really magnificent. And then there's just beautiful mirrored like jewel that goes on there. Pretty wonderful. Coat, spectacular. Undercoat, more spectacular. He's got a great shirt, orange velvet, polka dots, great details going on. And then, John, can we look at that happy face? I mean, there's just a great, great happy face going on in that cat. Look at that. That's serious. I would say he's a scholar with those eyes and those glasses. And wow, the magnificent details going on in his hat. And this hat has this great gold and black animal print going on, design on it. More of these black and white spotted feathers. Some blue jewels that are in there. Really, really magnificent. I mean, just spectacular piece. Okay, speaking of blue, John's going to back up the camera and we're going to start to see the blue of the cat on the pumpkin. And I got to jump in front of you for a sec. And love this guy. This is one of the ones that is 25% off today. This is one of the ones that I had in my office last year until one of you guys took all of it, took the last one, or somebody did. A store, a consumer, I'm not sure what, but it would have to still go through the store, one of the retail stores. But great, great piece. So again, we're offering this at 25% off today. I love this with the blue and white. I think it's just fun. The black and white, one with the black and white patterns is just as elegant and timeless. I just love this blue. Love the combination of blue and orange together. How nice they complement each other, how great it looks together. Just a great combination together, really sharp, and then this great sequins going on. And that's actually like a navy colored in the sequins. So another great piece for you. All right, we're going to talk about the moon and the witch that's sitting on the moon and riding on the moon. So I'm going to show, we have two in the studio, but we're going to show you one because the other one is way off in the kitchen. Maybe we'll get another shot of it somewhere. But the one we're looking at first is, I'm covering this one up so you can't see it, is up on the wall up there. The witch on the moon comes with the moon, with a happy face moon, and she is just spectacular. What do we call her? We call her the Zodiac witch on the moon. And so she's got lots of great, look at that spider on the top of her hat. I mean, and then her face is so happy. And what is she, well, I'm driving John crazy, making him look at everything. But the hat is spectacular. Can you stop for there? Now, John, can you go into her hand, the one on the right, which is, what does she have in her hand? No, the other right. The other right, John. There you go. Oh, I said her right, so you got it right, and I got it wrong. What does she have in her hand? She's smoking a cigarette. She's got one of those extenders, and I don't advise people smoking cigarettes. It's not healthy, but you know what? The witches, these witches, they can have all the cigarettes they want because it seems to do okay with them. And look at her face. I love that face. We've used that face before. It's a great, great face. But she is so happy. She's a little bit chunky, and that makes her, gives her character and makes her special. I love her. I like her a lot. And I love, if we look at some of the details, I'm going to use my papers as a pointer now, because we're going to see, John, you can leave it right where you're at. No, you should go right back where you were, because you're good to go. What we're going to see in details is going to be pink of her clasp on her cape, some pink details coming out of the end of her coat, or excuse me, her wrist there, and even the her coat, her sheer coat, has got some pink and lavender colors going on here. So there's really just very subtle amounts of pink in there, and it just jumps. It really looks wonderful with all the black and the lavender and red and gold colors that are going on in her. She is just exquisite, to say the least. So we have her in 2 sizes. There's a 24.5 inch, which I think is the size of the moon, if I'm correct, and then the other one is a 16 inch. I'm looking at that, and that's probably the size of the moon also. Great, great pieces. Great, great pieces. So great to put on the door, the front door. Great to put on a mirror. I always like to put it in the bathroom. That's where I like to put this. Put the small one on the mirror in the bathroom, and when people come over, it's just it makes going to the bathroom fun. What else can I say? It's a fun thing to do. Or you can put it on the mirror in your entry, if you have a mirror in your entry. But it makes it fun to come over to your home. And that's part of it. It makes it fun for you when you come home, that you enjoy your home, because our homes, we say our homes are our castles. We should enjoy our homes, and it should be beautiful. When we come in, it should be beautiful. We want something to greet us after a long day, working hard, maybe out shopping hard, I don't know. But I know a lot of us are working hard. I know a lot of you guys are working. I see you're, again, in the Facebook chats or emails or things that we get sent. I know you're working hard. So you want to enjoy your home. So enjoy it as much as you possibly can. All right. How about something next is going to be over the top? I think the next 2 things are over the top. And this one is called The Witch of Fortune. And is she just like too crazy, walking her spotted leopard with a crown, and she's just over the top. I just love her. I'm going to flip to the other side. Well, I'll stay here, John. But she's got all these layers going on in her dress, and these are all wired. So John fluffed this all out yesterday. He's like the master that can fluff any Santa, fairy, elf, witch, angel, anything. Just fluff them out and just make them just over the top exquisite. And why is she called the Witch of Fortune? Well, she must be rich. She must, look at her looking up into the heavens like, she's delirious at this point. John, we're going to zoom in on her hands for a minute, and we're going to look at both hands, but first we're going to look at this hand here. And she's got a wad of cash. She's got a wad of $500 bills in her hand. Pretty cool. And she's got diamonds and jewels everywhere. In her other hand, she's just loaded with jewels in her hand. So she is for sure the Witch of Fortune. She is deliriously happy. Now we can look at her face again. Deliriously happy. She must save her money because she has not gone to the dentist and gotten her teeth fixed. But regardless, if she's that happy, if she's that deliriously happy, she doesn't need to. I love this lady. I love her dress. I like the layers of her dress. We're going to now come down. Wow, as we come down, look at this great purple. Really spectacular. Look at how that collar just sets this off with that gorgeous green money over there on the other hand and the jewels. And then I love this. I got to just show you this because I love how we did the pattern of this. Jong did the pattern of this actually. And we're using a lot of square and rectangular lines. And it's layers. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers of just this sheer with this fuchsia trim. Spectacular. We've got the sheer with the diamond glitter going on. Great detail in the center there. And then, yes, it comes with her, the jaguar. Her pet jaguar with the studded ankle bracelets on all 4 ankles, this great collar, a crown. I mean, this is just like too over the top. Crazy. But wow, is she ever cool. And this is just going to be a great, great piece. This is very fresh, this is something you want to show off wherever you put it and give this a lot of space. Can we back up and see the whole piece now? And give her some space because she is perfect. She is magnificent. The whole piece comes with it, even her leash, that I'm not sure why she needs a leash, because I'm going to say that this guy would listen to anybody that has got that. For a master that's that delirious, I would listen for sure. So, all right, and then here's the little one. The little one does not come with the panther, but she is just as spectacular because we've got all these details going on and some really great unexpected colors that really work. I mean, this just really works with her. And you know, we didn't show you, so I'm going to jump in front for a minute. So the one with the jaguar does not have wings because she's got her jaguar that she's got to take care of. So she can ride that or sit with it, but the small one does have wings. So it's got the bat wings on the back. And we saw while we're on the back, look at the great colors going on. This is actually, yeah, you can see it very well. The blues are standing out really stunning on here, really good. And then again, we're talking about pinks, how we're using pinks in ways that accent and are very important accent colors. So I'm jumping into Christmas for a minute because many of you have seen some of the Christmas videos where I showed you opening boxes in the warehouse of Christmas ornaments for this year. And we're going to be doing a lot of pink this year, and for sure we're doing it more next year. So, you know, get on the bandwagon early, and we will not steer you wrong. We always provide you with great, gorgeous stuff, and we love the inspiration, and we love sharing the inspiration. All right, well, I'm going to set this over here for a minute because now we're going to talk about another one that's over the top. And that is the Queen of Halloween. So let me get on this side here. Here she is, and can we get so here she is sitting on this base with the moon. Look at the detail on that face. That's a hand-painted face that goes on there. And this moon is actually like a canvas type fabric that we painted and glittered. And then it's cradled in a gorgeous, look how that spins around, gorgeous velvet, soft velvet with some metal appliques, pearls, jewels. I mean, there's a lot going on the back of that, for the back of the moon. And then let me figure out how to spin this back around somewhere. There it is there. Just magnificent. So we'll start at the top since that's where we are. She's got great detail going on in her hat, just over the top detail actually on this hat. This lady is just too cool. I see she smokes too. This must be the smoking, the mantle here must be the smoking section because I guess we have two smoking witches and I don't smoke for sure. Nobody smokes around here, I don't think. She's got lots of fur going on. She's very, Zsa Zsa Gabor is what it makes me think of when I see this feathered fur. Very over the top piece. She's got lots of feathers, furs, great details going on the center of her. Blue, navy blue jewels, this great detail on the fabric. Blue on her cape that is blue lace, sequins going on in there. It's just gorgeous and exquisite. And then you've got the black and white going on the bottom. So imagine for a second how nice the blue and white of this pumpkin. Can we back up, John? And keep backing up. How nice those colors work together. Okay, we're good. Because you're picking up the blues from the different pieces. So this is a heavy base. This is a resin base that's heavy. I don't know how to pick it up. It's just heavy. It needs to be heavy, and it is. But it's jeweled, it's layered with jewels. 1, 2, 3, 4 different jewels just on the golden base. And then the pumpkin center has 2 different fabrics, lots of it's got a trim with a trim on top of it. Lots going on. There's more trims. I mean, we don't stop trimming until we're either out of trims or tired or who knows what, but until it's done and it looks fabulous. So this is a great piece, the Queen of Halloween. Now we've done the Queen of Halloween before, totally different, and I felt like that's such an iconic name that we should do a Queen of Halloween every year. So it's really the second, it's not the inaugural year, but for me, it's the inaugural year of enshrining her in permanence, where she gets a place every year at the table. So Yes, this is her second year, but this is the first year as head of the table, so to speak. Great, great piece on the mantle. You get the moon. It's a great, great piece. So it is expensive. There's a lot going on it. You're getting the witch, you're getting the moon, you're getting the pedestal. There's a lot going on this piece. So this is something you're going to have for a long, long time. All right, we are now going to jump to something. I guess I'm going to go on this side. If I can find the rotator to stop the rotator. And we're going to talk about all the wonderful stuff on this amazing rotating base. So again, we're using the rotating base, 2 layers, and we have maximized the use of it. So this is going to be a great way to use these things. All right, stop. Now I'm going to start for a sec. And now I'm going to stop. Okay, cool. All right, first thing we're going to start out with is a Egyptian cat. Now we did an Egyptian cat 3, 4, 5 years ago or so. I don't remember when that was. It was quite a while ago. This is heavy. She's got a heavy base. I don't know what's on her, but she's heavy. Or what's inside here, but she's anyways, great Egyptian cat, detailed out, very, very Egyptian looking. Look at the great details on the eyes and how the embroidered lace-like trimming envelops her eyes. She's got the green, the jade green eyes. I mean, just 2 over the top, and then this gorgeous jeweling going on here, more on the top of the head. This is a spectacular piece, and this gorgeous Egyptian necklace. I mean, I'm going to call her a she. She reminds me of Cleopatra or something. Spectacular, over the top. She's got a black and white detail going on partially on around her cape, and then it just continues with a different jewel that is very emerald green. It's got a lot of emerald green in it, and turquoise, and blue. There's a lot going on, and then this purple lining, and then the coat itself. Let's just pick her back up again. The coat itself is got a green. This is really gorgeous. There's a green, and there's a great little pattern going on there of, looks like leaves of some sort, but just an exquisite pattern of fabric going on, and then that great gold trimming, and how that nicest looks from the back. And then the base, I mean, wow. Actually, before we get to the base, John, I just want to look at the feet and the tail, because we didn't forget anything here. Her legs are banded together. She's got a set of rings on her toes. She's got jewels on her toes, and even the end of her tail is studded with 3 bands of jewels along the end of her tail there. So pretty magnificent. She's sitting on an emerald green sparkling top, and then this base is just like crazy. You've got a different sequined leopard print going on, or leopard pattern design. Then you've got the black and diamond jewel on both the top and the bottom of this base. Just an exquisite piece. I mean, this is really over the top, wonderful. We love making this stuff. It's fun to do all this stuff because there's just so much material, so much trimmings. I know the reason you love having them at home. It's the same. One of the reasons I love having them at home is when people come over, they are just so enthralled with them, whether it's friends or family. They just are enthralled with them. It's just this thing, like, wow, they start picking these things up and look, or may I touch them? May I pick them up? They think they're delicate. So pick it up, it's okay. But they're great, great pieces. Know that we put a lot of time into them. It's I'd say blood, sweat, and tears, mostly sweat, and sometimes even a little bit of blood, and probably a few times of tears in doing them. But we put a lot of work into them. It's a lot of collaborative, what works? How do we get this to work? And we're often helping each other out with these things, because pulling all the combinations together is not always necessarily easy. It's a lot of stuff to work with, and that part does help make it easy, but it's still finessing it and getting the real fine tuning of it is always a challenge. So fun challenge, but it's always a challenge. All right, I'm going to put this cat aside for a sec, and we put some different pumpkins, which I'm actually not going to talk about the pumpkins today, but they're there, so you see them. Who is this lady? You think I know all these answers. The Witch of Envy. Okay, I love fun names on these. The Witch of Envy. So spectacular. What does she have? Okay, I know why you're also envious of her already. It's because she's already decked out in great shades of pink. Pink hair, pink off her hat, pink jewels going on. She's just exquisite. The Witch of Envy. She, you can put her on a stand, or you can sit her, pose her, fly her. She has wings. I guess I'm going to spin this, let this spin for a sec, and we will look at that and see how she goes from the back. We'll just be lazy here, because she's got greens going on here, lots of different layers of these. I'll do it a couple times. You get the pink hair. Look how great that pink hair is. Lots of great stuff. When the next time it comes around, I'm going to stop it, because there's too much to see. But there's all these different layers of her dress. And I'm just going to stop it here first, because look at the detail of the ribbon with the pearl and the hanging pearls. So you get the ribbon, and that ribbon is actually patterned. It's a velvet with a pattern on it, like a tortoiseshell pattern on it. So it's not just a regular ribbon. With a gold edge, then you got that little pearl with the diamonds around it, and then more pearls, or faux pearls actually, and faux diamonds. And then all this great trimming with the green lace going on. And there's actually a couple of those, and then we will just magically move this a little bit more. We'll go to this one here, and this one needs a little bit of fluffing, but you've got a pink, all sorts of stuff on there. A pink velvet ribbon with an emerald jewel in the center, and then some dangling emerald jewels. We see those? Yeah, we do. Really pretty. And then this also has some, like I say, really sheer, I'm going to flip it around, a really sheer green with a little bit of burgundy lace-like bow underneath there. It's hard to see on the camera, but it's a double layer bow, as you'd come to expect. While we're here, John, can we look at her beautiful pink hair? Because the colors in that hair are really luscious. I mean, look at it. It's not just a solid pink hair. We push them when they're doing production to make it a little bit harder. Not on purpose, but because we want the detail. So it's not just all this darker pink colored hair. No, it's mixed. There's mixed colors of some white or blonde, platinum colors mixed in there, and that softens it. It gives it texture and depth of color. Really sets it off wonderfully, and it picks up beautifully on her sheer, pink sheer lace. Hey, don't go falling off there. Pink sheer lace. Speaking about pink sheer lace, you get to see this pumpkin here. I'll show it to you. I saw Peggy King got this already, so on Facebook the other day. But we'll be showing these more later this year. But the pink sheer lace that goes with her, that picks up the other colors from her hair to this peachy pink on the ribbon, just magnificent. The tail of her hat, so magnificent. And as we come around, and she's happy. So this, now we're going to look at her face for a second, and this is a new witch face for this year. And she is happy. She's got little dimples on the side there. Really cute. She got a nice little smirky little smile. I don't know what she's thinking, but she's got a cute little smirky smile. Great staff. You've got her staff right here with the jewels, the crystal. I think she's going to grant some wishes or cast some spells. I'm not sure which. Maybe a little combination of both. Look at the top on her shoulders then also. Look at this detail. I mean, look at this. This is a great piece. The purling is just spectacular on her. It just is spectacular. And then she's got this great pink jewel on her neck there that comes around, and she's just detailed out really nicely here, defining her beautiful parts. Looks so wonderful, and I'm getting a little nervous here. And then we're coming down to 1, 2, 3 layers of ribbons, and then a couple layers of jewels, including a nice ruby jewel that goes in there. This is just a great piece. She is called the Witch of Envy. I'm envious of her because she is spectacular. The last thing I'm going to show you, John, is on the top of her hat. As he was going down to see her gorgeous, sexy legs. We'll go down and see her sexy legs since we're doing that, but we'll go up here. In this detail on the top of the hat. This is just almost like a peacock pattern. Really spectacular with a pearl in the middle of it. She is spectacular. That is spectacular. And then we're going to go down. I love just that look right there. The face, the hair, that smirk on her face is so pretty. Those gorgeous glasses. I love her. And we'll come all the way down to her beautifully green, jeweled, green, sparkling, emerald green, sparkling shoes with the gorgeous pink jewels that are on them. And they just sparkle. So it's almost like she was trying out for the Wizard of Oz, but did not have the right color shoes. They're supposed to be ruby slippers, but these are emerald slippers. So maybe she's a good witch. Maybe she's a good witch. I would say she is, because I'd say she's a spectacular witch. So, all right. I have gushed over her enough. We are now, I'm going to put this girl back. This little girl went up here. I'm confused. And I'm going to put the Egyptian cat back before we move on to, this thing is heavy. This Egyptian cat is heavy. Before we move on to, where do I get to go to? We're going to go down low and look at, they had a full life, because we're calling this the fulfilling life. So these people led a very, very full life. And these two skeletons, I love this color. Great detail. Is this the fulfilling life? Yeah, I guess it is. And it's magnificent, to say the least. Has a blue peacock-like fabric on it. The arms are wired. This might come, I know this comes in a small size. This might come in a large size also, a life size. There's one more that comes in a life size. I'm not sure, to be honest. So we'll have to hunt that out if you really want. There's two different versions of the largest size. We'll talk about those later, though. Just great color details on here. Blues, turquoises, golds, amber colors. Really, really pretty. Look at this. My God, but they had a fulfilling life. He was a king. Because look at that crown on his belt buckle. He is a king. He's got to be from Texas, with that big belt buckle and all that detail in the top hat. So yeah, I would say they were Texans by birth at least, or they moved there and enjoyed their life there somewhere, on a ranch somewhere. Great, great piece. Love all the different details of the colors. The real peacock feathers going on in the hats up here on both of them. Great jeweling. I'm going to turn his head a little bit and see if I can get, yeah, that's like a smoked colored jewel on there. Very, very pretty. Wow, and then his wife, spectacular. These are both on the stand, so you can see how you're using them on the stands. She has, wow, are we crazy this year or what? She has blue and black and white hair. So she's got salt and pepper hair with some blue streaks on the side. So you know how some of the kids like to do the hair streak their sides? I know some of the kids are old. They're not always just young kids. Sometimes they're old kids. But she's got blue streaks of hair on the sides of her hair only. I'm going to spin this around for you to see. How cool is that? So there she is. Really magnificent. Great detail. Fun details. We struggle with this sometimes. When we're doing these, we struggle with how we're going to make them different. And a lot of that is just a collaboration. These skeletons, I believe Jong and Renee and I were working on these all together and kind of coming up with what we were going to do with them. Her pose, her position that Jong put her in today, or yesterday actually, kind of summarizes the completed look. It's like, fabulous. And that's how we feel when we're done with them. She looks fabulous. She's got so much detail going on. The colors tie together from the natural blue in the peacock, the blue jewel that she's got at the top of her hair, and then it just comes down. She is just spectacularly wonderful. And again, no detail left undone. You can open her up and see her bloomers, I think we're called, these are called, but she's still got some great detail going on down here. Just magnificent. So whether her dress is open or closed, in fact, my goodness, this is what I love about this stuff is, there's always something to see. Look at this lining. This is just a lining. This fabric is spectacular. I mean, this could be the outside, and yet here it is, the inside lining. And this is just it's very thin fabric. It's got gold threads going through it. This is just spectacular. I think, wow. I'd like to pat ourselves on the back. The hard part is now we got to come up with something new for every year. So it's really, sorry about that. It's hard to come up with all this stuff, but we sure have fun doing it. And I wonder, you guys love this. Thank you for your support, because, wow, this is why we do it, because we love getting the good responses. So very pretty. She's got jewels going on in her flowers. She's just exquisite. And what else does she have but a little bit of pink satin, metallic pink satin ruffled lace, both on her coat and around her collar. So just a magnificent piece. All right, we're going to jump up to the top shelf, and I'm going to show you two more witches as we wind down. We're going to go overtime today, but the witching hour. And this is this lady here. She is spectacular. I love her. The witching hour, she's got a real, what's that thing called? Hourglass, thank you. A real hourglass. It just lost me for a second. Very happy face. Great glasses. Oh, look at the details on her. She's got so much going on. She's got the blue, which I love. And then, oh my God, this fabric is this, it's almost like a tie-dye with all the colors. John, are you catching that? Here we are. Not only just the fabric and the pattern and the way it falls, but also then all the jewels, the pearls and the diamond-like jewels. There's a lot going on her. Spectacular is the word for her. She is exquisite. You can also get the bases. John, Brian is going to put them up on the screen. He always does it so fast. Brian is going to put them up on the screen. The witches do not come with the bases. So for the large witch, you need to get this size base. For the small witches, you'd get this smaller size base to go with them. So the witches, the stands are separate. The skeletons, they come with them. If that doesn't make it more confusing. All right. After the witching hour with her hourglass, which I love. I don't know how we found that hourglass. That was pretty wonderful. But I'm happy. We have the Witch of Fate in the small size. And the Witch of Fate, that was the original one we showed earlier today at the very beginning, who had her friends, the panthers and the big animals at the front. Here she is in what we call the large size, which is really the middle size. And there's also a smaller version of her. But we're only showing this size, and then we showed the giant, the life size earlier. But spectacular piece. I won't go into too much detail because what a spectacular piece this is. Magnificent. She's got a beware sign going on back there, which is cool. I'll just push this button, and I'm not sure if these are available yet. But oh, I love how that moves. I'm going to turn it off in a sec, and it actually says beware. Okay, so much fun for Halloween. It's only June. So, Witch of Fate. My fate tells me that I'm running overtime and I got to keep working. So the next is going to be in the larger size, in the 48 inch. She's looking already over here. You can see that delirious face is the Witch of Fortune. And this one is in a 48 inch size. So she's about 4 foot tall. And we were actually going to put something on the table here. And I said, no, please leave it because I love how you shaped her dress. It is just flowing. It's magnificent how it just comes out. Because this is wired, you can create lots of different shape and detail and layer and movement. You're telling a story just by seeing that going on. And as soon as you look at her face with those eyes kind of looking up to the heavens, again, she's got that delirious look on her face. Very, very, very pretty piece. She comes with the stand. The largest pieces come with the stand. So you're getting the whole stand with her. She's a great, great piece. This is going to be an iconic, timeless piece that you're going to have for forever. And look at how fun you can pose her in so many different ways. You know, the arms are posable. She's just a great, great piece. So the Witch of Fortune is, wow, magnificent. All the detail that goes on in here. Really, really pretty. So fabulous piece. This is on a 30-inch table round, and it fills the table when you fluff out her dress. You get some parts that are not wired, and so they fall real nicely, and you can really do elegantly, get some of the rolls and crinkles in the fabric and let that fall nicely, and then create the movement with that wired overlay. Spectacular. Just a spectacular piece. So much going on in here. Great colors and magnificent. Normally we always start with different fairies or elves, and this time we're going to conclude with them. And I have one last thing that we're going to conclude with that is going to be very cool that we added late last night when we were setting the studio. We added one last thing. But for right now, the jack-o'-lantern fairy, which is this guy right up here, and great, great piece. There's 3 sizes of these, the normal sizes that you're used to, but great piece. He's got a pumpkin hat with a kind of a witch hat-like or warlock hat type hat on top of his pumpkin with that great jewel that you can see sparkling off the end of his hat. Really pretty, great details. I love his polka dot pants and the purple that you see on his wrist, his inner shirt. The great pumpkin with some black and white details going on there, and then you just go down to the feet. Really, really pretty. Jack-o'-lantern fairy. I think you can actually put something small, a little tiny candlelight possibly in there, or something in there, or you can just leave it blank. All right, the next one, this little sign that's on her applies to her. It also applies to me. And that is, and Angelo made these signs. I love the signs that he always does for us. I love how he pulls them together. This witch can be bribed with chocolate. Remember that whenever you see me. I can always be bribed with chocolate. I love what he did here is he put like a plaid pattern on there, or like a plaid pattern, but it's really black and orange with some white stripes in there. Great sign there. I love that piece to put on there. And she is a very happy witch, and she's very thin, by the way. Go for that. Go figure. She gets all that chocolate and she's still skinny. But wonderful, wonderful design. She's got very pretty orange hair, black and white trimming details that are going on her coats, the layered coats on her shoulders, black and white detail in her hair with the ribbons. She's just exquisite. And then you've got this green, this emerald green that's going on here. We're seeing a lot of that emerald green also. And just beautifully delicate boots that are sweet. Very, very happy. I think she's going to be one of the more popular ones this year for Halloween, because this witch can be bribed with chocolate. Absolutely, and so can I. So, all right, next we're going to go to the trickster elf, which I'm going to have to squeeze over here. And can we make that work? Oh, John, you're cheating. You're showing them my last item already. That's okay. It's pretty cool. We'll talk about that in a sec. The trickster elf. Fun, fun, fun. Look at his eyes. Can we get a close-up of his face? And see his eyes? There we are. And we can see that he is winking at us. So he's got some tricks going on. And we're good on our lighting now, so we're okay. Blue. There's a lot of blue and orange together. It works well together. They complement each other color-wise really nicely. And John, just stop for a second because I want to see this great pattern on the fabric. There's a little printed fabric on the side. It's only on the sides of his vest, and it's pumpkins against a black and white check, like a buffalo check, behind it there. And then he's got like that sparkling blue vest, details blues going on down as we move down towards the bottom of his legs and shoes and everything. This guy comes in 2 sizes. He's very happy, very sparkly, very colorful. He's definitely a trickster. You know, another thing I like about him is his hat. It's almost like a pirate type hat look in there. So he has a little bit of a, I guess I'll either get in trouble for it or I won't, or not, or people will be happy for it. He has a little bit of a Johnny Depp-like hat going on in there. It reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. Is that the movie? Yeah, okay. They're shaking their heads at me. I'm not getting any dirty looks, so that's good. But it kind of reminds me of that, and especially that little wink and everything, that playfulness about it. When we were setting this up yesterday, that little fairy that we're now going to see, I actually was kind of amazed by it because I was like really happy to see him because I had forgotten all the beautiful details on him. And he's really wonderful. Can I squeeze in? I'll pick him up. There we go. Now we got to wait for the light to adjust. All right, good, we're good. John gets it really quickly. So I love this guy because he's got so much great detail. The black and white pattern with the printed pumpkins and the leaves, just beautiful on there, and on this coat or his body there, and then the black velvet, midnight velvet boots with all the detail going on. I love the pumpkin in his hand because it's got these dangling amber jewels off the end of it, just magnificent. And he just is gorgeous. He's got his coat. Oh my gosh, no wonder I love this. Okay, Chris from up in San Francisco, you love this fabric in, I think it was blue or something. I forget which color it was, or green, but we found this fabric. I remember when I found it, I was like, wow, I love this. It's like a chinoiserie fabric. But it's hard to see on there, but there's lots of great details going on there. And this is black and orange and white, so it's perfect for this pumpkin spice fairy. Perfect for that. It adds a lot of elegance to this, just a great, great piece. And what color did we sneak in here? We can see it on his arms here, and also on his shirt on the inside is a soft pink. And how pretty does that work with the oranges and the blacks? Lots of great color going on here, lots of great details. I was just really happy to see this last night when we were finishing up the studio. And I am now looking at, which I hadn't seen, is the detail in his hat. The spoon and fork and the other different details. And I'll tell you why, because I love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin cake. My sister-in-law Sally used to make pumpkin cake for the holidays every year, and it really was a wonderful treat to have that before she died. But she made it every year for many years, and just a great cook. Miss her dearly, as we often do our people that we love. But so when I see the spoon and fork, I think of pumpkin pie and pumpkin cake, and I think I'm hungry again when I talk about that. But great, great piece. Last piece I'm going to show you, while you see these fun little candlesticks, which are from my home. I hope I'll get to take them home eventually. But are these cats on the pumpkins. We're showing them as a set of 2, but again, the retailers may very well offer them individually. And I sort of show you how they come. There they come. It's connected. It's one piece. So, and it's actually, we call it an assortment of 2, and there's not a lot of differences on it, but this one has the blue necklace and jewels and some other different trims, and this one has, of whatever other color would it be, especially with Mark Roberts, it's either going to be pink or blue. And this is a pink diamond, and this is just spectacular. So we've got either a pink diamond or a blue diamond. You guys know that blue has been my favorite color for about 175 years. And pink is surely stylish, and I like that also. So, but great, great piece. The cat looks like it's kind of scary with that mouth and the fangs and everything, but he's actually very happy. He's just a little hungry. He heard me talking about chocolate and pumpkin pie. So, great piece. Comes on this spectacularly jeweled pumpkin. With the different colors going on here. Just a magnificent piece. The hat, let's look at the hat for a second. Look at the detail of the hat, there we go. How you can just curl that around, a little jewel on the end of the hat. And you know what, John, I need to pick this up and show you also the detail on the back of the cat, because again, we don't skimp. So she's got a lavender bow with jewels, she's got an amber crown jewel there, and then there's even a black sparkling fabric that is just layered and ruffled there. So this is just exquisite. And then while we're there, we can look at the great colors going on in her hat there. That spiral design, that's like a midnight blue against that orange, is just spectacular. And then while we're up here, we've got these details going on in the hat. So it's almost like 2 eyes right here. I think this, to me, it's like 2 eyes. And then there's the all-seeing eye on the top there. Feathers, 3 different ribbons, black, purple, gold, or copper, orange. I'll get it right the 3rd or 4th time. Fun, fun pieces. We're showing them on here as a set of 2, but you can always get them individually through the independent retailers or on a lot of their websites or on the marketplace. Some of the people will be showing them individually or together. And we're early in the season, so we'll find out how that goes. So we're going to we're going to come right back to the big pieces, and we'll show them to you one more time that we opened this show with. So let's go look at those now. Okay, the guys are just finishing up moving everything over to back to where it was. So thank you guys, and here it is again, magnificent. So I just want to show this to you one last time to check this out. I'm going to show it to you for a couple reasons. I'm not going to go through all the details, but the big fabulous witch, she's about 6 foot tall, nearly 6 foot tall, including her hat. You've got the spectacular black cheetah and the spectacular black and white leopard. Remember, you can, when you check out, if you use that code, treat25. Okay, that was kind of cool. It was a merging of trick or treat, and to me, 25 means Christmas, December 25th, but I know Brian meant it for 25% off. But that's how my brain works, so that you know. So treat, when you check out with these items that are the 2 leopards, the cheetah and the leopard, and then the cats on the pumpkins, each of those, if you use that coupon code for whichever retailers are offering that on the marketplace, you'll get 25% off as you check out. So like, for example, since we see this on the screen, the cheetahs and the leopards, they're $1,100 basically. But they'll be $833 when you finally check out. So you're going to save $8, $9, $10, $11, $300 or $400. That's pretty good, actually. So it's very good. So spectacular pieces. If you want any of these big pieces, remember the ones that are the coupon codes. Those are only going to be good through Sunday night. So that's a couple more days. Make your decisions and get them. I have some big pieces at home, some big different animals, and I have loved having them. They're great pieces to have. So monkeys, witches, Halloween, thank you so much. This was fun. I know we went way, way, way over time. Thanks for everybody, John, Brian, Jong, Angelo, helping move everything in the studio, because we had to move all this stuff that to make this all work today. So it was fun. It was a lot of cool stuff. I hope you got to watch the whole show. It was exciting. We won't do another one until maybe late July, and I wonder what that's going to be about. Christmas in July, maybe? So we'll let you know the date on it, but I know it's late July when we do that. So thank you so much. This was really a lot of fun. Let me get out of the way here so you can see all of them. And it's always my normal sign off. Thank you so much.